Hello and welcome to another one of ADemonic's intake slash review, whatever. But necessarily, what we're necessarily going to be talking about in this video is necessarily just Uncharted 4 multiplayer. It's multiplayer, microtransactions, and everything that's necessarily recently released about the game. Of course, this is Uncharted collection, or Uncharted Drake's collection. Just necessarily some random gameplay for you guys to watch if you're actually watching the video. Nothing too special. Definitely a great game. There will definitely be a review and trophy review of that video pretty soon. Definitely is a great game. Definitely should play. Definitely should get it, especially if you've never played Uncharted. Especially if you want to see if you're worth investing into Uncharted 4. But moving on to naturally the topic at hand, which is Uncharted 4, recently released. Long story short, single player is going to be running at 1080p, 30 frames per second. Multiplayer will be running at 90p, 60 frames per second. I can understand this for, I mean, yes, like, it's not in 1080p for multiplayer, and yes, it's not 60 frames per second for single player. But considering Naughty Dog's history, they're, at least for me, they're one of the few developers who have failed to deliver. They have never failed to deliver. They have never failed to go at it at their all. They've never failed to give it their all, give it their best. I mean, I can't even name a game like off top of my head where they didn't receive like a 7 or better, and who knows how long. Like, when was the last time they had a game that was under 7? But they're one of the few developers that I trust, and I'll definitely be able to pre-order their game. That's something that Naughty Dog has shown on many occasions with several of their games. So I'm sure if that's what they can accomplish, is 1080 and 30 frames per second for single player. Multiplayer is 90p. Of course, there's downgrade considering all the stuff that's going to be going on, and 60 frames per second for multiplayer, of course, and getting that best aspect, because it is a multiplayer game, and it's nice to have that 60 frames to help, I guess, maneuver and just necessarily a better overall experience for online. Another thing they did release is that the game will have microtransactions, which is something I'm not surprised. I'm hoping they definitely take the Last of Us approach, which was the maps came into free updates where they would necessarily update and balance the game. 99% of their transactions for The Last of Us were cosmetics, hats, different type of hats, masks, stuff like that didn't actually change gameplay at all whatsoever. They didn't actually have it to where you can buy perks and guns. The perks themselves weren't necessarily too overpowered. They weren't necessarily overpowered to where everyone ran them. They were definitely useful, especially if you were necessarily going for some type of build. But there was always, like, you had the extra few points to necessarily make those help fill in the gap and help make new roles. They're not necessarily were too overpowered. I myself never had any complaints or anything like that. I just had to know what they do and how that's gonna how I had to change my gameplay to necessarily match up with that, so I necessarily know what's going on and how people are running everything. The only thing that I disliked is that they did have guns that you can buy. That necessarily does change gameplay, not as much as perk, but they did change the gameplay more, especially because one of the I believe 4 guns that you can buy, or I think it was 6, never mind, was overpowered. At least in my belief. It shot pretty fast. It also it shot pretty fast, and it downed you in 2 shots. I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the reasons why I did stop playing the game online, was because of that gun. It's annoying. It's one of the best guns. It's hands down probably the best gun in the game, and it's necessarily overpowered. There's been constant times where someone's like, hey, yo, why don't you just use this weapon? It's overpowered. Or, hey, yo, like, why aren't you using this weapon? It's the best weapon in the game. outside that, I'm totally fine with the microtransactions that they had for The Last of Us, and I'm hoping that's what they continue on moving forward to Uncharted 4 and its multiplayer with microtransactions. So I'm hoping it's nothing. I'm hoping they just stick to the same thing and they don't do anything that's necessarily going to be game breaking or change gameplay. Because Naughty Dog, once again, is a company I fully trust. So I'm assuming that's going to be pure cosmetic effect. I'm hoping they don't remove necessarily the cheat code. Technically not cheat codes, but the bonus things. Like as you can see here, right now I'm playing in fast mode, which is the game. Necessarily the game is just running a bit faster, which I changed at the beginning. I'm also once again not Drake, and the mirrors are the world. I also have a bonus one where every time I die, the world's flipped just for added fun. I also have no gravity on, so certain things will tend to float. That was one thing I did like, especially when getting the platinum for these games and playing on later playthroughs where you can necessarily change your costume and be, your favorite character and whatever like that. So I'm hoping they don't take that out of single player. So overall, the microtransactions, one thing people hate nowadays, and I'll probably make a video on it later, is necessarily good there are such thing as good microtransactions and bad microtransactions. Naughty Dog is one of the few companies that does good microtransactions that necessarily doesn't break the game or anything like that. So them having it is fine. They're gonna, get a few hundred thousands, whatever dollars for that to fund whatever. So I'm totally supporting them. That if you're gonna have microtransactions in the game, just do them right. Another thing we found was that there will be no dedicated servers for Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Unfortunately, that's one of the few things that I don't like, and that's probably one of the few things about multiplayer that I'm not really liking. Considering they did release a gameplay video of it, and that looks amazing. I'm definitely looking forward to playing that, especially when they have, of course, all the iconic characters and then some in there. So definitely looking down and playing as my favorite character, Chloe, and definitely liking, especially when the beta comes out. But there's going to be no dedicated servers. I'm not sure if that's something to change, which I doubt, but I'm hoping. Once again, I necessarily can't say anything about it. We don't know how they're necessarily going to have this work. I don't know how necessarily Uncharted 2 and 3 worked with their own launch for PS3. If they were able, if they necessarily doing the same thing they did for Uncharted 2 and 3, then I'm definitely. It would be better if they had dedicated servers, but they did a great job with those two games, so I'm hoping it just continues on with the multiplayer. I had a lot of fun with them, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. I would definitely have another video once the beta comes out, and I play the fuck out of it like I plan to do. Another thing they did was the max player size for any game mode is 5-on-5. I was hoping for a little bit of a larger. Honestly, I think the max, because if we're once again going based off of my Uncharted 2 and 3 experience, I'm definitely hoping for, I think the max I would probably be okay with, considering Uncharted is 10-on-10, considering it's not necessarily a Call of Duty where you're playing on like a very large map or anything like that. Once again, I'm going to reserve that into when the beta comes out, but it is 5-on-5. I do believe that you can summon NPCs to help, so there's, other targets, and when you're playing the game, there's only 5 targets for you to kill. I actually don't know how it's gonna work once again. I'm gonna have to wait until the actual beta comes out, and damn, I got fucking wrecked. But definitely we'll have more of that when the beta comes out. But other than that, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Uncharted is basically based on its single player story, its single player single player action and everything like that. That's what Uncharted is known for. So some of these drawbacks to multiplayer to hopefully better experience single player without taking that much from multiplayer to where it's unplayable. That's something that I once again trust in Naughty Dog. I'm just waiting for the game to be out so I can actually play it, and hopefully they did deliver on, once again, not failing us with another game. outside that, that's pretty much all for what I wanted to talk to you about Uncharted 4. Of course, all the links below, because there's quite a few. There's quite a few that I have for my sources and everything that, and they'll definitely be in the links below. Outside that, when the game ships, it will be with 8 maps, which isn't too bad. Once again, this is mostly a single player game with multiplayer tagged onto it, which I'm glad they don't. One of the reasons why I like Uncharted to multiplayer is they didn't half-ass it, and it's actually, you know, a fun thing to play. I can definitely see myself playing this months and months after the game comes out and everything like that. I'm definitely going to be streaming that, and, you know, definitely looking for people to party up and playing that multiplayer experience plus their game modes, because Uncharted and Tomb Raider, if you've never heard, are in my experience, one of my top favorite games I've had with multiplayer when it comes to fun. Of course, with Assassin's Creed, I'm one of the few people who actually like Assassin's Creed Online. But those 3 games are one of my favorite games to play online. They were tons of fun, even when I'm losing, based off their mechanics and everything like that. Now, as you've not seen multiplayer reveal trailer, I'll definitely have that linked in below, so you can definitely check that out. It looked fine. You know, one of the things Uncharted does is that you don't necessarily get kill streaks. The things you do gives you medals, and you can use that medal to purchase an ability, which could be getting like a sniper, a high-power sniper rifle, a rocket launcher, the ability to throw like 3 grenades at once from Uncharted 3. You may add from the beta, you get the ability to, I don't know, maybe be able to throw some of those NPCs. I'm not sure how many you're restricted to. From the Wanted trailer, you're able to summon like a relic that goes around killing people. From Uncharted previous, you were able. One of my favorites was being able to equip the sniper, because it came with 4 or 5 shots, and it was one-shot kill regardless of where it is. The normal sniper you get in the game is only like 2 shots, so that's definitely a buff, or definitely a bonus. Outside that, the multiplayer from the videos looks amazing. It looks a lot of fun swinging around. It looks kind of chaotic, but I'm really looking forward to see, considering how there's once again only 5v5. So I'm hoping I'm not running around searching for someone to fight. But outside of that, even like, I don't necessarily even say, even though they necessarily probably, you know, did the multiplayer at the end, it definitely look forward to playing it, especially if you didn't see the freaking power. You turn yourself into a digi or a demon, and you're able to teleport as a flaming demon thing. That's probably going to be one of my favorites, just because that's cool as shit, and I always wanted to be that. That's one of my favorite enemies in Uncharted period, was those little demon guys at the end of 3. But once again, I just wanted to just throw that video out there for Uncharted, and have some Uncharted gameplay in the background. But definitely look forward to my review of the recent Paris event for PlayStation. Definitely look forward to the Uncharted review and trophy review, along with other news videos that I'm gonna have popping out over the next few days. I want to thank you for watching, and Demonic out.